Genetically modified. What does that mean? A banana with eyes? Or more soy in your bean? Let's stop for a second and back up a bit. And let's see what's a gene and where does it fit. All stuff is made up of small chemical atoms, stacked up together in grandiose patterns. But life is more complex and built to strict plans, from chemical recipes in DNA strands. Genes are sentences which describe functions and traits, like the shape, size, or stegosaurus plates. 10,000 years back, at the very start of farming, humans picked the traits that we found charming. Selective breeding took these best variations, refining over and over generations. And whatever the characteristic or colour, 'twas determined by genes in one way or another. Today we can use enzymes to snip DNA, so genes can be cut, pasted, moved any which way. Boost a gene, block a gene, bring a gene from elsewhere. Animal, bacteria or plant you can share. No, not quite like that. It requires more precision to make a genetically modified organism. Using a virus, gene gun or tiny needle, we change canola or pig and cure people. Human insulin producing bacteria or clotting factors to treat haemophilia. Transgenic plants can be made far more persistent, pest, weed killer and harsh condition resistant. Oil crops, corn and rice have been made more nutritious. Virus-resistant squashes, no less auspicious.
Cancer-fighting chicken eggs. In late 2017, various news and media outlets announced that Japanese scientists had bred genetically engineered chickens that lay eggs containing interferon beta, a protein that fights malignant skin cancer and hepatitis. Extramuscular beagles. Well, they've been created by Chinese researchers. Why do you want a tough beagle? Well, they want to use them as hunting companions and police and military dogs. Thanks to genetic engineering, these beagles are twice as strong as normal. Mosquitoes for population control. Now, if you've watched the news throughout recent years, you obviously know that mosquitoes have a reputation for carrying a host of deadly diseases. And we want to get rid of them all then, right? Well, maybe, and that's exactly what one British company has decided to try doing. Salmon. Now, according to recent headlines, Canadians have been unknowingly consuming genetically modified salmon. Designed by United States company Aqua Bounty, the Atlantic species of salmon is genetically programmed to grow twice as fast as its non-genetically modified relatives. Monkeys for mental health. Monkeys have historically been utilized by scientists for animal experimentation, and in recent years, the practice of experimenting on monkeys has fallen under increased scrutiny by animal rights advocates and organizations. Glittering seahorses. In 2008, scientists in the country of Vietnam announced the creation of the country's first genetically modified animal, the golden glittering seahorse. Using the gene shooting method pioneered in the country, scientists then combined gene GFP, a light-emitting extract from jellyfish, with tiny grains of gold, a glow-in-the-dark cat. In a quest to end the human suffering of AIDS, scientists have created a glow-in-the-dark cat in 2011. Because why not? They chose to carry out this experiment on cats because they suffer from feline immunodeficiency virus, or FIV, which is basically the kitty version of HIV.
Scientists created these organisms in order to achieve specific desired properties. For example, they created apples that don't brown when exposed to air, salmon that grows faster, and rice that contains beta-carotene to combat deficiencies in vitamin A in poor countries where rice is a staple in the diet. Many people believe GMOs are beneficial and help fight global hunger by making it quicker and more profitable to produce food. The National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine released an extensive report in 2016 stating that they found no substantiated evidence of a difference in risks to human health between GMOs and conventionally bred crops, nor did it find conclusive cause and effect evidence of environmental problems from GE crops. So what's so bad about GMOs? Well, some studies show that the creation of genetically modified insect and weed-resistant crops has increased the population of other pests and created insects and weeds that are also resistant to insecticides and herbicides. When it comes to health, despite the fact that the NAS declares GMOs safe, there have actually been no clinical trials on their effects on human health. The safety data we do have is derived from observational and animal studies, which don't hold the same weight as a clinical trial. While these studies show that the nutrient content of GMOs is similar to conventionally raised crops, there have been some small studies that have suggested otherwise.
Scatman John, would you like to sing a song, man?
Well, sure could.
Look out. 1, 2, 3, 4.